Hello world, this is VAGABOND speaking. In this episode I'm going to the Mae Klong railway market, built directly on an active railway line. Several times a day a train passes right through it. When it happens, vendors quickly fold back their umbrellas and move their things just a few inches to make way. As soon as the train passes, everything is set back up and the market continues as usual. The railway market is located about 70 kilometers southwest of Bangkok, Thailand. To get there, me and my friend decided to take trains all the way from Bangkok.
They would need to take 2 trains to get to that railway market. Hello, can I get one ticket to the terminus?
Thank you.
So this is the interior of this passenger train. It's just the very first train which we are going to take. Yeah, so the train basically departs from local market. That's how the railway station looks. Okay, so we are leaving Bangkok by this local train. We have just departed from its starting station. So the first train ride is going to be relatively short, less than an hour supposedly. And then we'll take another train.
Basically, to get to Mae Klong you have to take 2 trains. The first train departs from Wong Bien Yai station in Bangkok and runs to the town of Samut Nakhon. It's a suburban railway line with commuter trains which service the southwest outskirts of Bangkok and a part of the Samut Nakhon province which borders Bangkok. In Samut Nakhon, the train arrives at Mahachai station. From there, you need to take a ferry across Thachin River and then walk to Ban Laem railway station to take the second train, which will get you to Mae Klong.
Okay, the last stop of our train. We are going to get off here and change to another railway line. So we have to walk approximately a few hundred meters between 2 railway stations to get on the second train. And we'll follow the street which is basically crossing the market, the street market. Mostly they seem to sell different food here. You can get some freshly caught fish.
Indeed, on the way to the ferry you are walking through the Mahachai market where locals sell fruits, vegetables and seafood.
Yeah, that's a small ferry which we are going to take across this river. It costs just 3 baht, very cheap. Okay, the ferry is leaving the harbor. I think our sail is not going to be long, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes probably. We just need to get to that opposite bank of the river. Yeah, quite so many motorbikes and just like passengers without vehicles. The ferry ride was very short, less than 5 minutes. And here we are on the opposite bank of the river. There are some new passengers getting on board, so they will go back. The ferry is just cruising back and forth on a regular basis. And somewhere around here must be the second railway station of the second railway lines. Yeah, just because of the absence of bridge between 2 banks of the river, basically we have to take a ferry. But the railway schedule is designed the way that you can make this change. So you can get from one side of the river to another without worrying about missing your second train. There is such a lovely statue of Buddha next to railway station. Our train is leaving in 10 minutes. That's the starting station of this train which is going to get us to that famous railway market. You see, it's already crowded. There are so many tourists going to the same place. But they also have some nice graffitis, or what I say, street art over here. We can see images of actual trains that were cruising here, that are still cruising here. So we're gonna take this exact train. One for me, please. Oh. One, yeah. Thank you. So we are going to follow another single track railway all the way to Mae Klong. The journey is going to take 1 hour.
As the train approached Mae Klong station, it entered the famous market that is built directly on the railway tracks. Before crossing into the market area, the train significantly reduced its speed, almost to walking pace, for safety reasons. I was truly amazed by the sheer number of people at the market. There were far more visitors than I had anticipated. But that's not surprising considering that Thailand has become an extremely popular tourist destination in recent years, and it seems more and more people come every year. The railway market itself is also quite well known and continues to gain popularity. There are few places in the world where you can witness a train passing right through a bustling market. There were hundreds of tourists there as well, who had come to see the train and capture photos and videos of this unique sight. I was watching everything from inside the moving train. The whole idea was to arrive in Mae Klong by train, observe the crowd from the inside, and then film the train's departure back toward Bangkok. And that's exactly what we did.
Actually, I didn't expect that there is gonna be so many people, so many tourists. But it is how it is nowadays in Thailand. So basically the market begins at the railway station. It's just covered part of the market. Yeah, the open air railway track is in front of us. That's where we are heading right now. Okay, so that's the actual railway market. Would you say that prices here are regular?
For local people buying vegetables, yes, but for tourists buying other stuff, I doubt it. If we want to buy some cabbage, we might get a good deal though.
Yeah, but they seem to sell different stuff here.
Yeah, if we buy elephant pants, they could be expensive.
So this is how the market looks when there is no train. When train is about to pass, they close their upper parts of kiosks. Okay, they have already announced the train, so they're starting to fold in their roofs and stuff. Yeah, it's a part of the routine which is interesting itself, but okay, this is how close we are to the train. Obviously it's riding slow, not to hit people. I mean, there is literally no space for two individuals staying here. Crazy.
You knew it too. You know it too.
Once the train has passed, vendors quickly return everything to its place. Awnings are pulled back over the tracks, baskets of produce are shifted a few inches back, and within seconds the market looks just like it did before. For local businesses, it's a part of the daily routine. We decided to wait for another train and temporarily left the market. Being full of tourists, the market was too busy, so we moved to a quieter area of the town.
Is it fair to call this place a restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay, like local restaurant. And we got some local food. Rice mixed with some kind of omelette, like scrambled egg and cucumber.
Like cucumber, yeah, I think.
Yeah. How does it taste?
Tastes local kind of taste. Quite good actually. I tell you what, it tastes better than it looks.
But it looks nice, frankly speaking. Can't complain. We're just back to the train street in Mae Klong. So busy, even though it's afternoon. In a bit more than 1 hour, the last train from here departs towards Bangkok. Still pretty crowded, so we decided to wait for one more train to film it.
Guarda il treno, guarda qua Luisella. 2 ครับ
It's insanely narrow space.
Eventually we made it back to the market to see how another train is passing through it. In my opinion, the Mae Klong market is worth visiting despite crowds of tourists. You can arrange a cool day trip from Bangkok to see the train passing through this crowded area. At the same time, some people can argue that the railway market is no longer authentic due to the amount of tourists who come there. Anyway, the market is still the market with actual Thai people selling different things. Obviously, prices there are higher than a few streets away, but demand creates supply.